Well, hi there, Jubilee,
Hi,
and welcome everyone. We're
Carolina.
here with an episode of E&J Presents, Arlene and Jubilee Presents.
Mhm,
We wanted to talk today about the importance of taking time for yourself.
mhm.
I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now. I guess there kind of always is, right? There's always a lot going on, but it does feel like there's a moment, and it's easy to get caught up in whatever's happening in your life or whatever's going on in the world and forget to take time to be with yourself.
So let's define what we mean by taking
Hmm.
time to be with yourself.
Yeah. And why would you want to? Why is it important? Yeah. You want to go first? Okay.
When we're talking about being with
Hmm.
yourself, it is
Hmm.
actually sitting, preferably outside in nature, alone. No music, no phone, no pet, and just allowing yourself to be.
Hmm. Yes. No distractions.
No distractions.
Yeah. I mean, and why? Why do you do that?
I do that as a way of just dropping into the moment. And in that space, I connect with myself on a deeper level.
Mm.
And it could be I'm sitting outside and I'm just enjoying the moment and there's nothing. And that feels, it's incredible. There could be emotions that I have to feel and allow to release.
Hmm.
You know, um, there might be something going on in my life and I don't know how to solve it. So I just sit and be and allow the idea, the answer to come to me.
Hmm.
In all those instances, I'm actually just connecting with myself.
Mm.
How about you?
Yeah. So for me, I find I can really see the contrast from when I do take the time on any given day and on a day that I don't. And the reason I opened up with there's a lot going on in the world, there could be a lot going on in your life, is that I found that it's easy sometimes for me to put that aside because everything else feels so important. And when I do that, though, it's so funny because I actually forget that how I show up, who I'm being in my day to day life is the most important. And so when I put that aside and make all the other things that seem so important, I lose myself and I become more reactive. I become less of who I really want to be. And so, for example, when I get up in the morning before everyone else in my house and sit with the sunrise or go for a walk and allow myself to, for me, it feels like create space. It's like there's just more space in my awareness in my day. I then move through that day with more patience, more less irritation, less reactions, but also like more joy, more fun, more possibilities because that space opens that up for me. Whereas on a day when I don't do that, and I don't want to make this prescriptive, but I have literally seen this one day on and one day off. Do you know what I mean? Where I can feel the difference. So on a day when I didn't do it, I would go through my day and notice, oh, what's wrong with me? Why am I so reactive today? Why am I so irritated by this little thing? Like, why can't I feel the possibilities here? Why can't I seem to say what I feel in this moment? And it just, it was right there from one day to the next, clear as day, the difference. And so that's a very strong reason why I get myself out of bed and I go and I take time for myself.
Mm. And it's super hard to do when
Mhm,
you feel like you're spinning. And as you were talking, I could see the squirrel in the cage because I get a
mhm,
squirrely mind when I don't,
mhm,
and I'm just like,
mhm.
I'm so agitated. But I was going to say, it's the most amazing thing to practice when life is seemingly easy. So that when, because there are always going to be bumps in the road, always. When the bumps happen, you're so used to doing it that you're like, you know what? I need to just go sit and be
Mhm.
first thing in the morning if you can. And then it's amazing how you bring that into your day. And you don't get tossed around as much.
Yeah, you really have your center more, don't you? It's hard to explain sometimes, but I feel there's less of a victim mindset for me where everything's happening to me, and it's more I'm more open, I'm more aware, it's happening for me if there is a bump in the road. I can kinda handle it with a little more presence and groundedness, or even if I or be able to be kinder to myself if I didn't
Yeah.
and catch myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like everything else, like what you started with in the beginning, is so much more urgent,
Mhm.
but it's not.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I had a direct experience of this the other day, and it's funny how it can just slip in there and you're not aware of it. The little thought that's like, this is more important. It's okay for you to put yourself aside. It was Father's Day, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm not going to do my walk today because it's Father's Day and I need to focus on making it a great day because for my husband and, for the kids. And look, it's fine if I do miss a day, but did I really check in and see if I actually felt to have the day off from it? And I noticed I started getting irritated as the day went on, and I was like, "Oh, that's so interesting." And I caught myself fairly on and learned my lesson so that I still was able to enjoy my day, but it was very interesting that it was like, "Oh, it's Father's Day, so today I don't matter." Like, that was interesting.
Mm,
So, no matter the day, we
mm.
still have a choice, right?
We do, but but it also, when you do take this time for yourself, how you show up to your day is drastically different. So, but you
Yes.
do have a choice. You
Mhm.
have a choice to say, I'm doing this for myself 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And you can say, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. Well, then wake up earlier, go to bed earlier,
Yeah.
make the time.
No, but what you said about how you show up throughout your day being the most important thing, I did notice it's like, oh, I first forsaked myself or put myself aside in order to make this important. But really, what I put aside was bringing my best self to the table.
I think people on some level, and maybe they're not realizing it, like, I shouldn't set this time aside for myself because I need to give it to my family or my work. But what you don't realize is when you do set that time aside for yourself and you actually do this and take the time, who you are, who you show up as throughout your day for your family, for work, for whatever is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are your best self, you bring your best self to the table, but you have to make time to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. We know
Mm-hmm.
we slack when we don't connect, when we bring our nasty self to the table.
That's right, Jubilee.
Wow, Lena.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks. It's always a pleasure, Jubilee.
Likewise, Elena. I always love seeing you.
Same.
Okay.
Same. All
Okay.
right.
All
See
right.
y'all in the next one.
See y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.